political artist, I suppose, but this represents more things than I can probably explain in 20 seconds. I'm a letterpress printer. This is hand-set, vintage type, and hand-carved wood engravings, all mounted and printed on archive paper with a nice line print background. I've been doing this work for probably 15 years now. I've created a lot of crazy products over this time. I've been an artist in many other ways too, and I guess what my speech or talk tonight is really about is the artistic process. How it gets corrupted over the years. And you lose your passion for things and begin just creating packaging. Everything is just packaging. You can kind of have a postmodern take on it, but the important thing is to get paid. I have some religious chewing gum available if you'd like to come and see me at the bar later for $1 a stick. I've had many great clients over the years. Here's Francis Ford Coppola's home address. Write it down quick. You've only got 20 seconds. They're the only kind of people that can really afford the work. But it all starts with simple designs. I learned to do calligraphy from a Russian friend named Alexei, who used to do calligraphy for the Politburo. Then the USSR closed, and he lost his job, so he moved to Hollywood, and he and I made wedding invitations. This is for Leslie Peterson. I've done a lot of political cartoons over the years. This is when Shirin Ebadi won the Nobel Peace Prize. I think that's 2006, and returned to Iran. And the Ayatollahs wanted to kill her, but they couldn't. There were too many people around. Political cartooning is, I have a knack from doing, I don't know, caricatures of local political figures, and I have a crazy sense of humor too. And every once in a while, yeah, something speaks to you from beyond. You're not just working for the newspaper or whoever. And this crazy fish spoke to me for about 3 months, back in 2003. Then every once in a while you move to a new city and you start doing cartoons about whatever's going on. So from when I was in Las Vegas, I did many cartoons about the show kids and the stage life there. You know, and really kind of ingratiate yourself into the community, and then eventually you become a part of it, you know, which is kind of fun. And boy, do I miss the Horsefly. I used to publish a lot of stuff in the Horsefly, and what a terrific little venue that was for so many people. And yeah, this didn't get me in much trouble. And a lot of people liked that because it was pretty touching. But every once in a while you do stuff that sets people off. Arsenio Cordova is the what is he? He's the caterpillar. I never noticed how kind of suggestive that flower looks until just now. Later I started to do more, my work started to transport itself off the black and white pen and ink stage, and I started to do more work with other materials. This picture of the Columbia Space Shuttle is made with toxic sludge and holographic emulsion and other materials. Eventually, I've done so much printing, I have a lot of waste. That's in fact how you get really perfect products. It's like molecular biology. You massively overproduce, and then you destroy what's not perfect. And then you only give the people the really perfect stuff. Which left me with a lot of ink. I do a lot of hand mixing of inks, golds and reds. So all of this stuff became available to me on large sheets as I would just one job after another swipe a little bit on the huge canvas. And then over the years, I would develop these huge backgrounds, which I realized represented a product in themselves. And then they became packaged and put on cards, and it became a card line called Joel's Ink, which I think still sells down somewhere in Hollywood. But I realized, yeah, these images really kind of washed out here, but they're very brilliant. The textures of the ink, the quality of this stuff. And I like the way that abstract stuff just allows anybody to see whatever they can into it, whatever they want. Yeah, this small series of cards was developed by my old boss back in Hollywood. And she took little tiny bits. This is about, yeah, it's about 1 inch by 1.5 inches. of material. And I thought, to hell with that, I like these. I'm going to put them on bigger cards. So I started doing these cards as well. And I have a new line of them that I've been putting out now that are just the art themselves, as big as they can on the frame, filling up the card size. And a lot of it is representational, almost. You can see the water and the night sky. You can see grass and you can see sunset and some of these things. But it doesn't really mean that to everybody. And I like that. I like not having to be responsible for that all the time. It could be, yeah, representational or purely abstract. But these are all really just completely random pieces of leftover waste from my craft, which I think is an area that people should look into. A lot of crafts have a lot of waste, and art itself allows you to work with such materials. And craft, you know, you wind up with leftover beautiful cashmere. What are you going to do with those little pieces of yarn? But it's great cashmere. Anyway, this stuff I just let represent whatever it can to people and charge them $100 a card because you got to get paid. And that brings me to my final commentary, which was from Lewis Carroll, as he asked an old man, yeah, what he did. Wanted the old man to justify himself. And he said, I look for soap bubbles that lie among the wheat, and bake them into mutton pies, and sell them in the street. I sell them unto men who sail on stormy seas, and that's the way I get my bread, a trifle, if you please.